Hey guys, Greg Knuckles here, and today I have a bit of a preemptive video. Now that I've started making more YouTube videos and being more involved with YouTube, the frequency of fake natty accusations has picked up. So the point of this video is basically to explain why you can be relatively confident that I've not used anything. Of course, since you're not me and you don't live with me, thankfully, you can't know for sure, but I'll kind of explain why you can be pretty confident that I haven't, and also just to explain why I haven't. Also, first things first, for people I'm linking this video to, because you're trolling me, so I'm trolling you right back. First, I just want to say thanks, because your accusations let me know that I'm making my gains, and that truly touches me deep inside. Lets me know my hard work is paying off. Okay, so first things first, why you can be relatively confident that I haven't used. So most of the accusations stem from one of two sources. One, either my beard is too damn good to be natty. I'm not even going to touch that one because I really don't have a good defense for it. The second one has to do with how much I lift. I've totaled 1885 in competition. Most people who don't use drugs or who do use drugs usually don't get particularly close to that. So with that in mind, people think, oh, you lift that much, so you must be on drugs. However, when you put it in context, that number really isn't overly impressive. So just some background. My first powerlifting meet was in the spring of 2007. It was a local APF meet, and for all intents and purposes, I was basically untrained at that point. I'd had like a semester-long high school weight training class, but I mean, the programming was garbage. It wasn't really structured. It was basically just like an hour-long bench and bicep session every day. So I actually was fairly well trained on the bench press. Squat and deadlift, not so much. We would squat anytime the coach was in a particularly bad mood, so about once every 2 weeks or so, and he let us squat super high, so I didn't have much experience squatting, at least properly, and deadlifts weren't in the program. I think I'd done deadlifts with a Olympic barbell maybe twice at this point. So basically untrained. I learned how to squat below parallel, and I learned that I needed to pause my bench press literally 2 days before the meet, so not much experience. And in that meet, I totaled 1,070 via a 365 squat, 285 bench press, and 420 deadlift. 420 attempt selection was not intentional. I was 15, I didn't know what that meant, but in hindsight, gives me a little chuckle. Anyway, so that's when I was 15. Fast forward about 8 months, I competed in the first Raw Unity meet as a very light 220, and I totaled 1438 there. And that number was a little bit low. I got red lighted for depth on a squat that was it was 28 pounds heavier than the one I got credited for. And I got red lighted for hitching on 2 deadlifts that I locked out that were about 30 pounds heavier than I got credited for. So got that 1438 on the books. Realistically, if I had more experience competing, it would have been closer to a 1,500 total, but that's neither here nor there. That was basically my noob gains. Actually doing a somewhat structured program, going from that 1070 total to a mid-1400s total. So that was basically what my starting point was, and from that point to this point was basically moving from mid-14s to high 18s. So proportionally, let's say you start with a 500-600 pound total, and you get to a 1,000 pound total. Just proportionally, that's basically what I've done. I was just a naturally strong dude. and I've trained smart, so I've gotten stronger. So yeah, I mean, 1885 is a big number, but I mean, I just got a very lucky draw for lifting weights, so it's really, when you put it in context, it's not nearly as big of a number as it seems. So yeah, that's the main reason why you can be relatively sure that I don't use. So why I haven't used. So a lot of times people automatically assume that when someone says they're drug-free that that's like kind of a moral injunction against people who do use, just because we have so much cultural baggage around steroid usage. That really doesn't bother me. I don't care if you use or not. That I'm not going to make a moral judgment about that. The reasons I personally haven't used, one, and most importantly, is steroids are illegal, and I don't think I would do particularly well in prison, and I don't really want to find out. So that's really, if I'm being totally honest, that is 99% of the reason why I haven't used. I have just never, I don't know, I'm a boring person. I don't really do any illegal things. I speed, and that's about it. So that's the main thing. The other thing is I like to drink a lot. Well, not a lot. I'm not an alcoholic, I promise. But I do like beer, and but alcohol is rough on your liver, and steroids are also rough on your liver. So the way I see it, if I used, that would leave me with one of two options. Either risk compromising my liver health, which I don't particularly want to do, or not drink beer as much as I currently do, which I really don't want to do. So that's that other 1% of why I haven't used steroids. So I really don't have too much more to say about that. So thanks for watching the video. And like I said, if I'm linking this to you because you think that I was on, I just want to thank you again for noticing my sweet gains. And because this is YouTube, I'm sure a lot of people are going to completely ignore everything I just said and play the game of Guess Greg's Stat in the comments. So if you want to do that, feel free. That's about it. All right, thanks guys. Bye.